Hi, I'm Daisy, I'm from MyDaily. I'm with Lizzie King today in her studio and we're going to be tie-dyeing a t-shirt.
To tie-dye you will need some gloves firstly so you don't dye your hands, some elastic bands, some dye. I use Dalston hand dye, but you can get all different colours and you can mix up your own colours. A jug, a bucket, some salt, just use like cheap table salt, and then some empty sauce bottles which you can get from a pound shop, and that's it, whatever you want to tie-dye as well. To mix up the dye you just need to get your salt and your dye, pour it into your jug. On the back it tells you the exact measurements, but if you just do some dye and then do about double the amount of salt, because that's what makes it stay in the fabric. So pour in lots of salt, and then you just need to mix it up with warm water. So you can use a kettle if you want to, but just warm water from the tap's fine. And just mix it up really well. Just put it into these empty sauce bottles, because it just means that you can be a bit more careful with your dye and not get it everywhere. So we're going to put a swirly tie-dye in the middle of this t-shirt. So the first thing you need to do is just wet it in some water. But if it's brand new, then you need to wash it in the washing machine first. So just make it damp like that. And we're going to put a swirl in the middle of the t-shirt. So you just lie it face down like that. And then just pinch in the middle of the t-shirt and swirl it. So you're just twisting the whole thing round. And then just sort of push the arm bits. So then you've got like a snail-shaped swirl. And then just put elastic bands around the whole thing just to keep the shape. So you're just putting them around like that. And they don't need to be tight, just
to hold them in place.
Yeah. And you just want to make sure that it stays quite flat, so you sort of get like a pie shape, doesn't all curl up. So that's probably enough now. So then you just need to hold it over a bucket when you dye it. And make sure you've got your gloves on for this bit. We're going to dye it with pink, blue and yellow, and you just need to put each colour on 1/3 of the t-shirt, so that when the colours join, so when the pink meets the yellow it'll be a nice orange colour, and when the yellow meets the blue it'll be green. So just think about what colours you want to use, because if you use something like yellow and purple, when they mix they'll be brown. So you just want to think about nice colour combinations. So you just squirt on your first colour, and you just want to do about 1/3 of your t-shirt. And then do you want to do the pink one?
Yep.
So you just do the pink.
Just down the middle.
Yeah.
Will this make sure it gets into all the creases?
Yeah, you can sort of open it out and get it in there. So the creases will be the white parts.
Yeah.
It depends how much, if you want it really colourful or...
So if you wanted it really colourful, how would you...
So you just open them out.
Loosen out a little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last third, you're going to do yellow.
I like that orange.
And then when you turn it over, you want to do the same colours in the same places. So when you turn it over, yellow there and pink there and blue there. It doesn't matter if they cross over and it sort of splatters a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. And then just do blue. this one looks like it's swirled quite tightly, so you can open it out a bit and get some glue in there. Then when you've done the whole thing, just give it a little squeeze. When you finish doing the dyeing, you just need to put it into a plastic bag and then seal it up quite tight. And put an elastic band around it. And then leave it in there for at least 12 hours, just to let the dye really sink in. Once you've left your t-shirt in the plastic bag for at least 12 hours, you can open it up, rinse it with just cold water until the water runs clear, and then you can put it in a washing machine and wash it on 30. And the first time you wash it, just don't wash it with anything white, but after that it should be fine. And then just hang it out to dry.